this defining hallmark is kind of coming out of the millennial generation that we just don't feel like we ever grew up, and keep waiting for adulthood to kind of descend upon us. And I know I felt that way. And when I became a mother, that feeling really amplified because motherhood is just this massive set of responsibilities that just come crashing down all at once, as well as it's such a culturally loaded concept. You know, what makes for a good mother? How should moms act? As well as your own expectations and experiences from your childhood. You know, so all of these kind of come together, and I wanted Hannah to be struggling with those feelings the way I did when I especially was at that age. And I really think of this book as almost like a coming of age story, like a motherhood coming of age story that way. And as for the bisexual aspect, Hannah is a bisexual. I am too. And I think it's really important to have to include characters that are casually diverse in fiction because unfortunately, even today in 2024, I feel like the default expectation, if you are not told otherwise, is that the character is a white, straight, able-bodied, usually man, you know? And so if you don't, if you deviate from the default at all, readers expect that it's got to be plot relevant. And I think that's sending the wrong message. I think that's saying that only some people get to have a story. And if you aren't one of those people, then you have to say why it matters that you're different. And so that's something that I feel really strongly about. So I wanted to include Hannah's sexual identity that way, even though she ends up with a man. I mean, I've definitely got a handful of reviews that are like, why is she a bisexual then? It's like, well, I think it's important that we talk about how the fact that there are bisexual women that end up in straight passing relationships. Those are people out there, you know, and they don't have a lot of books.